Hello, folks. My name is Ernest. Thank you for being here. I had to go to my local Walmart just to pick up a few food items. And of course, as I was walking in, I put a few bucks into the red Salvation Army's collection pot. The bell ringer was very pleasant. And in that moment of giving, I decided to make that the theme of this episode. My thoughts on the importance of helping out the truly needy. Traditionally, now is the time of year that we not only celebrate the bonds of family and friends, but we also turn our attention to the less fortunate. And that's what I would like to speak about today, because I believe there is no single individual more deserving of our collective financial assistance than Elon Musk. Now, I know that many of you think that Elon Musk is rich, but the sad truth is, and he will never publicly admit this because he is such a virtuous and proud man, that he is down to his last 400 billion. And the fact that so many people turned their back on him concerning the Tesla Cybertruck, which Elon repeatedly stated was the most technically incredible, reliable, and affordable pickup truck America has ever produced, hasn't helped things. What many people don't understand is that even though the Cybertruck did have a few small glitches, premature rusting, sharp edges on body panels that can produce severe cuts, motor failures, transmission failures, electrical system failures, and vehicle fires, to name a few, Elon did what any virtuous businessman would do. He eventually, after more than 2 years, ceased production of the Cybertruck and bought back every Cybertruck purchased for a full refund to the buyer. No, wait a minute. He ceased production, but he didn't give a full refund to all the buyers. But hey, I'm sure it was just some kind of bureaucratic mess up, or the government wouldn't let him do it. Or most likely, the sun, the moon, and the planets were not in proper alignment, because Elon is a firm believer in astrology, and you certainly can't blame him if the planets were not in proper alignment, which ironically, alignment also being another issue with the Cybertruck that I forgot to mention. But my point here is that I have no doubt he wanted to, but sometimes even a paragon of virtue and intelligence, such as Elon Musk, must bend the knee, must kneel before the forces of the cosmos. And then, by no fault of his own, just simply being a victim of the venomous fate of the cosmos, he has had to endure a very large number of lawsuits, many of them being for negligent death and dismemberment. But you know how that makes him feel? I'm not talking about the money, although I'm certain he's taking a very undeserved financial beating from that, because Elon has never really cared about the money. I'm talking about his emotional state. Bear in mind, we're talking about a man who came from very humble beginnings. His father only owning a single diamond mine in South Africa. Can you possibly imagine what that was like? While the other kids in his neighborhood had dads with multiple diamond mines as well as businesses, Elon had to survive his practically ghetto existence by pure grit and street smarts, somehow managing to survive on less than 200K a year. Few people in the annals of all human history have not only managed to survive in such incredibly horrific conditions, but actually thrive and prosper. This is the caliber of man Elon Musk is. If Elon Musk were measured by his intelligence, he could be easily compared to Albert Einstein. And if measured by his ruthless marketing and business savvy, Alexander the Great comes to mind. But bearing all of this in mind, even great men have their trials and tribulations. And right now, Elon Musk is having his. So, in the spirit of giving, I believe we should all do our humanistic duty to save this man. A man, although extremely bent from the extreme burden of caring so much for others, is not broken. A true testament of what can only be described as the greatest man currently living or who has ever lived, the only possible exception being Jesus Christ. So, with all that, I'm asking that we all pitch in to the Elon Musk Merry Christmas Fund. Even if you can only give a small amount, such as $5,000 or $10,000, it would go a very long way in helping Elon regain his rightful pride and financial composure. Just think back to that Salvation Army bell ringer I told you about in the beginning, and put Elon's face on your own Salvation Army's bell ringer wherever you may be in America, and try to imagine yourself, as hard as this may be, being down to your last 400 billion, and see if you don't burst into tears. Until next time, this is Earnest, and I wish you all a very happy solstice.